Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today I have a very special unboxing, something I think that came in from a pass-around group I'm pretty excited to check out. Let's go ahead and dig right into this. I'm not really sure what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's probably something pretty exciting. Well, today I'm opening this up with my Sharp by Design Evo Typhoon. Beautiful drop point edge. Oh my, we've got we got some interesting stuff in here. Let's see what we got. Okay, we got, oh my, okay. Oh wow, there's a lot of stuff in there. How about that? Look at all of that. Okay. Wow, that is a lot of stuff going on in there. And then we've got some interesting packing. Okay. All right. Holy cow, that's a lot of stuff in there. Okay, so I'm gonna save this because we can use that to pack again for sure. I think this is part of the pass around. Let's see here. Crispy Donuts. That's right. Crispy Donut Community. All right. So they got all these kind of cool little bracelet things here. There we go. All right. Got a bunch of patches and stuff like that. I don't know. These may just, oh, look at Star Trek. I like that. These may just go around to the pass around community. I don't know if we get to keep any. I'll ask. If we get to keep some of this, it'll definitely be part of a giveaway. If not, it's going to be passed along to the next group of people, right? I don't know. I can be hopeful that some of this stuff will be, maybe we get to keep something so we can do it part of the giveaway, but I'll have to ask. I think some of this would be cool swag for a giveaway for sure. So, even keychain, a couple of this, the patches here. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. That's from The Simpsons, I think. Whatever. All right, so Crispy Donut Community. So here we go. All right, so let's take a look and see what we got in here. All right, so okay, we have steel S35VN, handle material G10 titanium, hardware titanium. Very cool. Got a nice little warranty card. I like the sticker. That's pretty cool. Oh, it's got a little cloth. So if you order this, you get a nice, ooh, that's a nice cloth too. So that's really nice. Of course, a little silicone pack there. Got some nice packaging to keep it nice and safe. We'll put that over there so it's out of the way. And okay, it's been opened in the bag. All right. Okay, so this is the G10 that they're talking about. It's got that donut kind of looking sprinkles thing. And this is titanium in the back. Nice deep pocket carry clip. That's kind of cool. All right, let's take a look. How's the centering on this puppy? All right, it's pretty centered. Yeah, that's nice. S35 blade steel. It's got some interesting jimping up here, 2 places. So I bet that's for like presentation and grip. Some nice jimping on the flipper, which is really good. It's got thumb studs, so you can definitely do that. And I bet they work pretty well. Like I said, the deep pocket carry clip looks like it's a nice one. It's going to go all the way up there. You can definitely get a good clip. You're going to get relatively deep carry. You do have a lanyard hole. It makes it stick out just a little bit more, so it's semi-prioritized, but not really. But, I would be happy without that and just have a, stop pin or something. That would be fine with me. It'd be cool if they offered that, like 2 stop pins instead for this. That would be really neat. Let's look at that. Let's take a look at the hardware wallet before we jump into it, because that looks like, could that be T8s? So this is my T8 right here. All right, so let's take a look. Is that T8s? Yeah, T8s. That's awesome, man. That's really great. Is it even and over travel? Yeah, that is really okay. Oh, that might be a T10. Let's try that. So here's the T10. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, T10 and the pivot. That's great. All right, that's very, very cool. Very cool. T8's over there as well. That's really nice. That's cool. All right, very, very cool. I like that. Now, if you like this design, donuts and stuff like that, really, really cool. Crispy Donut Community. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and give it a flip and see what we got. Pretty nice. Oh, a hollow grind. Okay, so it's a compound grind. It's not a Tonto, but it's a compound grind. It looks like a drop point, maybe a spear point. Well, that's more of a drop point. It's got a pretty good belly. I wouldn't say a spear point because it's not perfectly even on both sides, but definitely a drop point. Okay, so you choke up, you got some jimping there. It's pretty aggressive though, so you're not going to slip, but man, if your finger slips here, it's going to rip it up pretty good. So, I mean, it's meant to really hold you in place, not to slip. And so if you're doing a forward thing, yeah, so here you have some little control. So if you're really working and you don't want the blade to slip in and out of your hand, you're definitely going to keep you in place. Just make sure this doesn't slip off, because that's pretty sharp. That's going to grab you. It's going to grab you pretty good. Now, if this was my knife, I might soften that just a hair. Those little sharp edges, just a little bit. All right, so let's look at our lockup. Okay, pretty good on the lockup. I like that. I don't know if you can see that. we're probably a good 30, 40, maybe 50%. All right, it's got an over travel stop pin. I don't know if you can see that. Definitely steel bar insert. So this is titanium. If you didn't know that, let's look at that. Yeah, titanium clip, titanium scale. Is it steel on this side over here? All right, so this steel liner, it's steel liner on this side, titanium on that side. And that's cool, because that's a G10 on there. I wonder if they make or if they ever consider making a titanium scale with some of that design on there. That would be really cool, I think. I would like that. And if they anodized it like a purple or something like that, that would be sick. Yeah, if they made it like this feels already pretty premium. Look at that nice edge on there. Pretty even all the way around, especially with the belly there. Let's look at both sides here. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's nice. I love the hollow grind. It does have a nice thin edge. That's kind of great. I don't know if you can see the hollow grind on there. Let's see, can we get that up there? It's very cool. Let's see the action on this guy. That's pretty nice. Let's see how the thumb studs work. Reverse flick is nice. Action's nice. Front flip is nice. Okay, so good placement for the cutout with your thumb getting in there, and it does feel very natural where you go. Sometimes you have this, it's really tight, and you feel like you got to get that way to make it work, but this way where the cutout, I can just go right up with it, and it works really nice. And it works really nice reverse flick as well. So that's really cool. I do like that. And I do like the fact that there's a flipper. The flipper works pretty good. I would say it's tuned more for the thumb studs, or in between the thumb studs and the flipper. You know, some people who like a really strong detent, they're going to want this to be a little tighter, and you can absolutely tune that. That's super easy. I've got a bunch of videos on how to do that. But I like the detent. I think this detent is really great for the thumb stud. It's really great for the flipper. Now, there's no front flipper. There's no middle finger flick that I could do because they have a beautiful swedge. I mean, this swedge is very functional. So if you're cutting and you're moving through something heavy, that swedge is going to help you out a lot to turn, okay? That's the whole point of swedge. If you didn't know, the swedge, you do that so if you're cutting in there, it's not flat and pushing. There's not a force pushing that way that doesn't allow you to turn the blade. It kind of pushes that way so your blade doesn't want to turn into your cut. But having a swedge, it allows you to turn that. It kind of gives you that ability to turn into. So if you're cutting a thick piece of leather or a thick piece of cardboard or a thick piece of plastic or something, that's what that swedge does. So that's kind of a very functional kind of purpose to the swedge. So anyways, I like that. Even got a little swedge on the tip there. Very nice pokey tip. Let's look at the thickness. That's pretty stout. Yeah, definitely pretty stout on that tip. So it's definitely going to do a lot of work, right? So you'll be able to get into your water bottle cases, your dog food, cat food, fertilizer, mulch, whatever you're doing on this knife. This feels like it could be a really good user. I really like this. Nicely chamfered all the way around. It's got some jimping here that gives it very functional. I like that. So if you're doing a reverse, you know, like a push cut, or if you're doing a pull cut like this, you're definitely got some nice jimping there. It's going to give you some nice traction for that pull cut. I do like that a lot. And if you're back here and you're trying to hold it like this for a cut, you know, maybe you're kind of sticking the knife out to cut, that gives you some nice jimping there as well. I'm not sure about the jimping here, what that is. That's probably more in the aesthetic, because I don't know where I would use that. How would I use that jimping? Would I get it here in a push cut? Nah, I don't know. Maybe just up here, I guess. I don't know. I'm just trying to think I think it's more of aesthetic. I'm not trying to see the functional point of it, but I think that's definitely very cool. The action is fantastic. Action's really fantastic. That's got to be Cade ceramic ball bearings. Yeah, Cade ceramic ball bearings, really, really nice. It's got a the blade stop pin is part of the blade, so it has a channel inside there. So there's no blade stop pin that you hit, right? So it's part of the blade, which is really cool. Yeah, nicely centered. Really good job on the centering. I like the blade. I like this. I want to call this probably a satin finish, maybe. I don't know if it's a stone wash. It could be a very light satin stone wash finish, maybe. It has enough where you can see stuff, and I think it'll cover up, like, you know, the use of the knife pretty well. But it's not super satiny, right? So it looks like it's a very light stone wash on a satin finish. That's why I would call it. It almost looks like it's a satin finish with a very slight small stone wash kind of finish to it, which allows, I think, to me, a really ability to be able to use the knife nicely, I think. I do like the action. Let's do left-handed. Very easy. You use your, if you use a clip, it works really well. Let's see, can we do it? Yeah, we can do it like that too. Just got to hold up at the top. Oh, let me just make sure I get it. Oops. Okay. There we go. Let's see. Can we reverse flick it with my hand right there? Yeah, you can actually. That's pretty nice. Okay. And the flipper works really nice left-handed. Now it is right-hand tip up only, so sorry lefties. I wonder if they would ever do a scale, you know, where they could move it over there. You see, it doesn't look like there's two screws, but it doesn't look like it's a cutout. So all you would need is a second screw hole there. So let's take a look. Is there a second screw hole over there? All right, so this goes into the frame here. I wonder if I can see, is there, yeah, I don't see a hole for the second screw hole, but that would be really cool if they did that for lefties. That would be really nice. I think that would be a good touch because this is a pretty functional knife. I do not hate this knife at all, but I got to tell you what I would love to see. I like this design. I would love to see this as a titanium scale with that milling. I think that would be so awesome. And they could do like a purple kind of anodization to get that kind of dual color look in there with the magenta and the blue. Could you imagine that? That would be so sick. Well, I'm going to suggest it. I don't know if they'll do it, but man, if nothing else, maybe offer it as an aftermarket. I love the captive pivot, by the way. I think that's awesome. That is really awesome. I am really genuinely surprised by this. I like this. I like this a lot. I feel like there's a lot of value here. This is really, really cool. Wow, really well executed. Really well executed. I do like that a lot. Okay, so my finger just finally healed from that QSP that I got the bad one from. Boy, it tore up my finger really bad. It took like a week or so to heal. Man, but this works really nicely. The action's sweet. The action's really, really nice. I'm not going to do anything to it. This is a pass-around knife, but really, really impressive. Really, really impressive. I do like a lot of things about this knife. Very, very cool. Man, just beautiful hollow grind. I love that. Everything about it's really nice. There's just a lot of positives here. I got to tell you, I don't hate the lanyard hole. It's nicely rounded. The thing you know, on Giant Mouse, they have their lanyard holes always a really sharp edge. And so when I go over here to do it, that sharp edge would always dig in. And after a while, actually, because I like to fidget with my knives, I'd get like a blister. And I hated that. And so Giant Mouse has kind of been out of my wheelhouse for a while because there's just certain things when it's always an issue for me, you know, it kind of drops out of my picture, my scope for a knife that I want to have in my collection or in my rotation or what have you. So in that case, I will tell you, this is done well, nicely rounded. I do like that. So, you know, lanyard people rejoice. Definitely got beautiful lanyard stuff going on there. Nice pocket clip. Let's see. Yeah, nice flexibility on that, especially with the titanium. I like the roundedness. You see that? So that's going to be really nice going in and out of the pocket. I think that's great. It's very robust. Feels very solid. You have a good presentation. So I have medium to medium large hands. So look at my hand right here. I definitely have room for an extra large, double extra large hands for sure. And can you choke up? You sure can. It's a trigger position choke up. You got to be careful because that sharpening choil, I mean, you could kind of do that, but you could choke up like this. You know, if you're held up like this, if you hold it really tight like that. So if you need it to do a precision, if you need to do precision cut like this up, like on top, you could do that for sure. See, it could choke up. You know, maybe not the best because it doesn't really guide you there. It does want to move you forward, but there's enough of a choil if you know, choke up like that. If you got big meaty fingers like me, you can get real close to that. So you could do it with caution, but man, there's plenty of room right here. Really nice. Thumb stud, if I'm cutting this way, it's definitely out of the cutting path. If you're cutting this way, you're going to get into that cutting path, but man, that is right on the edge, right? It's barely going to touch where that edge is. So I think you're good. I really do. It's a nice placement of thumb studs. I like it. I don't have an issue with it personally. I think it's perfectly fine. Again, it's very cool blade design. I like this belly sort of thing. It reminds me of, what is the, I'm just trying to think what's the name of that blade. Do I have it on my board here behind me? Trying to think of what it's called. There's a name for that type of blade. Yeah, well, I can't think of it. Sorry. They call it where it kind of comes out like that with a big belly like that. But it feels like it's like a modified version drop point, right? I like that. I do like the compound grind. That's really nice. And there it is, S35 VN blade steel, really nice. I will tell you that the edge is really nice. And like I said, that sharpening edge is done well. I like that a lot. And I like this. I think this is stone washed over here. Again, this has that almost satin feel, but so stone washed, there's usually a lot of like little imperfections you see. This is very microscopic stone wash. So it feels like they used like some really small stones or something. I don't know. I don't know what you call it. It's not quite bead blasted where it's all smooth and soft and very contiguous, you know, where it's very one design. You can see the little imperfections in there, but that's really kind of cool. So again, that action is really nice. It drops in really well. And let's see, any detent lash? No, in there really solid. And let's click it in. In there really well. Good, good flipping. I like that a lot. All right, so let's get a nice close look up here so you guys can see that. I mean, it is definitely a cool design. I like that. Like I said, man, purple titanium anodized scale. Please do that. This would make it like a collection knife. Not a collection, I don't collect not used, but it would make it into my collection to use because I would dig that so much. The crispy donut design with the little sprinkles and you did a purple, man, that would be so awesome. I'm telling you, it'd be awesome if they don't already do it. Now, if they already do it, and you guys already commented down below, hey, go to their website, they sell it already. Awesome, I'll be getting one, right, for sure. But if not, I really hope they do. By the way, it is, you can feel the edge. It's not super, super sharp, but it's not super smooth. So this will catch in your pocket for sure. But you know, the edge is over here. It's certainly away from the pocket. So do keep that in mind. It might be a little scraper, you know, depending on the angle that you pull the knife out, just something to keep in mind. But I do like that. I like the blade stock here. So let's go ahead and close that. And let's do a nice little up close on the scales. You can see that. You can see the top, some of the jimping going on there, and the deep pocket carry clip. You see the frame lock going on there with the over travel stop, nice captive pivot. And you can see the jimping on top of the blade there. It's pretty nice. I like that. All right, and let's get a nice close-up look at that blade. Nice hollow grind. See if I can get a nice angle on there so you can see the hollow. And we'll do the other side. There's a hollow grind. Very cool. Yeah, nice little knife. I like this. Crispy Donut community, you guys did great. This is my first introduction to this one. I'm digging this. I'm digging this knife a lot. I'm really surprised. I was not planning to like this knife. Honestly, I looked at it and I thought it looked interesting. You know, it looked like, okay, check it out. I didn't expect it to be this nice quality. Just so many good things about this, okay? All rounded, no sharp points. Even this is rounded up here, no sharp points. Everything is chamfered beautifully all the way around. Those are key elements, especially when you want to fidget a knife and you want to use a knife. You don't want it digging in, sharp edges everywhere. Some nice little touches, you know, and you didn't have to like fully round it for the extra milling, you know, that's usually jacks up the price, but just a beautiful chamfering on all the key points. Really well, even chamfered right here. This, I mean, micro chamfering, but it's still chamfering and it makes this comfortable. Just really, really well executed. Okay, I'm a fan. I'm a fan for sure. Yeah, you guys should check this out for sure. I will do a full review, but I suspect it's going to be a very positive review from my experience, and I'll probably have that coming out shortly because it's a pass around. I don't get to do a whole lot of use with it, so we'll get this out to the next person. Very, very cool knife. All right, so hey, thanks so much for checking out the video today. If you have any questions about this knife, if you have any questions about any of the future review, any things that we're going to work on, let me know. So this is called a Chicago. In case we weren't sure, I don't think I said it. Chicago, this is the first run. Blade steel S35VN, handle is G10 titanium, and then the hardware is titanium. That's cool. However delicious they may look, Chicago's are not human consumptions, obviously, right? So if you want to check out their little card here, you know, you can stop and focus in on the warranty, but very cool. This is the Chicago. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Crispy Donut community, please, if you haven't already done so, and if I've missed it, then forgive me and ignore me, but if you haven't done, do a titanium scale with that milling and then make it anodized in purple. I'm telling you, that would rock. That would be amazing. Even if you do this afterwards, I would love, love, love that. So anyways, that's just my little ask. If it's not already there, and if it is, I gotta go get one. And if it's already sold out, dang it. I hope they make more. And if they haven't done it, please do it. I love everything about this knife. I'm digging it. I'm digging it a whole lot. It's a weird color that I don't hate. With the G10, this color, you know, I don't know. I maybe want more of a chocolate frosted, you know, with the white sprinkles or colored sprinkles. I don't know. I'm being funny, but anyways. All right, so like I said, if you have any questions about this knife, any questions about the review coming up, anything you'd like to see or hear me talk about, please let me know in the comments down below. I do try to read the comments and interact with everybody. If you have any questions about future reviews or anything about down the road, please let me know as well. Any recommendations for Rob's Nerdy Knives, I'd love to hear from you. Any of Rob's ramblings, give me, you know, send them along. I'd love to make that a Rob's Rambling. Thanks so much for checking this video out today. If you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, entertaining, or informative, would you please consider hitting the like button down below? And if you've already hit that like button, would you please consider hitting the subscribe button? Subscribing and liking the videos really, really helps out the channel a lot, and I'm very, very appreciative of that. Thank you for those of you guys. And hey, maybe consider becoming a channel member too. I'd love to see some of you guys be more channel members. It really helps out the channel, allows me to produce more content, do more things. And if you haven't already, hit the notification button so you can be notified of future content. And finally, man, if you get a chance, go over to Instagram and check me out over there at robs_nerdy_knives on Instagram. Again, robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.